What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Creative Thinking Techniques Tools of Leonardo Da Vinci series. Now, my name is Marcus, this is Discover Ignite, and in my last video we actually talked about balancing our imagination and our logical sides of our brain by giving you guys some techniques that can actually help you bridge that gap to become more creative. Now, this particular video is going to be about balancing your body and your mind and how we can do that to help us cultivate more creativity. So before we get started, we need to understand that the mind and body are actually one. A lot of people like to separate the two. Yes, they are technically different things, but they affect one another. And this is extremely important because if your mind, if you are stressed out, it can actually lead to many physical changes in your body. And it's exactly the same with your body. If your body is in a poor state, it can actually affect your mind, right? It can actually lead you to anxiety. It can actually lead to much more stress. It can lead to depression. So they both correlate with each other and they both dramatically affect each other. So this is something we need to understand and not differentiate the two, right? Because they are, again, one in the same. So the first thing I actually want to talk about is to silence your mind daily. Now, the big thing I talk about on this channel is meditation, and this for good reason, because meditation has helped me throughout my life, and it's helped me, silence my mind and gain greater control over it and allow me to, think clearly. And this is what's going to help. Right now, if you find that you can't meditate and you find that it's just not for you, that's perfectly fine. What you can actually do, like Leonardo used to do and a lot of great philosophers used to do, is sit either by a window, outside, wherever, and just try to be present, right? Just try to take in the sights and the sounds and just allow yourself to stop thinking, right? Because this is essentially what we want to do. We don't realize that our brain is actually most active when we are sleeping. So just think about that. It is most active when we're sleeping, and it is very active throughout the day as well. So you want to try to provide yourself some time during the day to, where you're just admiring the sights and sound, be in presence, or actually go into some kind of meditation where you're deep breathing or whatever the case may be. But you want to provide yourself with that time on a daily basis, and you'll notice that this will, bring more clarity, bring more focus, just to your life. Now, the next one I want to talk about is something a lot of people neglect, and especially in a society, in a fast-paced society, where we want everything quickly, so we eat a lot of processed things. Yes, I am talking about diet here, and diet is extremely important, and there's more science coming out today than ever about your gut health and how your gut, whatever foods you're taking in, actually affects your brain. Yes, there are many studies out there, and I highly suggest that you go find these studies about your gut health and how it affects the brain. So your diet does play a crucial part, and if you think about it, if you put garbage in your body, you're gonna feel like garbage, right? Your output is gonna be garbage. And so a key aspect here to remember is you want to try to stay as close to nature as possible. Try to incorporate as many fruits and vegetables into your diet, because this will help you, clear your mindset. It will help you, feel better overall, physically and mentally, and diet plays a crucial role in that. And you can see this in Leonardo da Vinci, because Leonardo da Vinci actually became a vegetarian, and he ate a lot of lentil soups, and he ate a lot of fruits and vegetables in his diet. And this actually helps you, right? Because there's a lot of times where you feel like you're just in this mental fog, you wake up feeling like garbage, and that is because technically, if you look at the root cause of it, it is because your diet is garbage, and this highly affects, again, the way you feel, the way you look, and your complete mental state just by the foods that you're taking in. Now, the third thing I want to touch on is something that is quite obvious, right? If we are talking about mind and body, what do you think? Yes, we think about exercise. Yes, you want to try to move your body, right? I'm not talking about high intense exercise. That's for some people, that's not for everybody. Some people enjoy just to get out and walk every day, and I highly advise that you do something every day, right? Now, what a lot of people don't understand is that Leonardo da Vinci was actually extremely active, right? right? He was actually one of the people in Florence that, did a lot, right? He was one of the most athletic people in Florence at the time, right? And for good reason, right? He did fencing, he did many things to keep himself in shape. And this is highly important because if you notice, if you gain any kind of weight, you feel very sluggish. And not only does it, affect your physique, but it affects your mind as well, right? Because they are correlated. And if you can get out and move, get your blood pumping, that helps with the blood flow, it helps with the thinking process, helps with the creative process by getting out and being active on a daily basis, doing something, right? Because the more we sit, it actually, it shortens our lifespan. So we want to try to, be as active as possible. Again, whether that's through, going to the gym or, playing tennis, or possibly even, just taking a short walk and just try to get out and get that blood pumping. So the next thing I have for you guys is actually sleep. Now, a lot of people, in this fast-paced society, they're always trying to do as much as they can, which is understandable in a 24-hour day. Sometimes it just doesn't seem like it's long enough. But the point of the matter is, if you are not getting, your 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night, sleep deprivation can actually hinder your creativity. And it can be dramatically such that, you feel like you're in a fog. You really feel like you're out of it and you feel sluggish, you're not focused, there is no clarity. And so how do you fix that? The best way to actually fix that is to make sure that you have a routine, that you're going to bed at a certain time, that you're waking up at a certain time, and try to be more efficient, right? And make sure that your sleep, you're getting your sleep, that is priority, because without your sleep, if you are, sleep deprived, it's only gonna hinder your creativity. So the next thing I got for you guys is to actually release emotional toxins. Now this can be anywhere from, a relationship to a failed venture, whatever the case, right? We identify ourselves as a specific, thing that's gonna hold us back. And what we wanna try to do is release that in any way we can, right? Whether that's through meditation or whatever the case is, we wanna try to get rid of, those emotional toxins, because if we have those negative thoughts, right, that are associated with emotion, especially emotional thoughts, because emotional thoughts can be extremely draining, right? They can take all of our energy, they can, take up all of our brain power, not allow us to cultivate creativity, because our minds are fixated on, whatever it was that has happened in our past that is affecting us in the present. And this is something to keep in mind, right? It doesn't even have to be, something in the past. It could be something in the future. We're hoping that, once we get to this specific time in our point in our life, that we will feel better then. But that is not the case. That is also an emotional toxin, right? Because you are associating that specific time in the future, that is the only time that you're gonna feel better, when in truth, you need to stay present, right? And so release emotional toxins can help you actually cultivate creativity and allow it to foster, because you don't, again, allow yourself to infiltrate your mind with all these negative thoughts. So the next thing I have for you guys is to cultivate loving relationships. And you want a strong support system, right? You want people that, you can bounce ideas off of, that are going to, give you good criticism, but, they are not going to put you down, right? And say that was just a horrible idea. Instead, there are people that will, give you good criticism that's like, that's a good idea, but if you did this, maybe it would work better, right? And so you want to cultivate a very loving, supporting relationship with your friends and family, whatever it may be, if it's, a partner, whatever the case is, right? You want to have that support system, and this will help you, generate your ideas, become more creative, and have people that, again, are not going to take you down, but will help, build off your ideas and perhaps give you new perspective on your ideas. So this next one, I know you guys will enjoy, because everybody could use a good laugh. Yes, every day you want to try to laugh, find some kind of source, some kind of comic relief throughout every single day. And and listen to it, right? And you find that you get that good laugh and that good giggle, and that will actually help bring down your stress levels. It'll help stop the anxiety, and it'll actually allow you to, be more creative, because you are getting all that stress off your mind. And that's the biggest thing we're trying to do here, is just try to, get the stress, get the anxiety out of your head and out of your body, so that way you can, cultivate creativity and be more creative, because you are not worried about the little things in life. And again, this tip can help you tremendously. Just get that giggle in every day and know that it will help foster your creativity. So remember to smash that like button if you guys enjoyed this video. Also remember to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on any of these creative thinking techniques. And until next time, I will see you guys later.